we first need to know what type of equation is it going to be. We need to tell from the table, is it going to be a linear, quadratic, or cubic, or quartic, okay? And we can do that by finding the differences, okay? What that means, you probably remember it from Algebra 1, okay? Because we did it a lot. Since the x's are just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're going to find the differences between the y's, okay? The way that you do that is take the second number minus the first number. Okay, it's pretty easy when they're all positive numbers. When they start, when there's negatives, it gets a little complicated. So I might use the calculator, okay? But again, we take the second number minus the first number. So use little triangles like this. What's 4 minus 1? 3. Okay, and I'm going to do plus 3 so I know it's going up. 10 minus 4? 6. 20 minus 10? 35 minus 20? 56 minus 35? 21. Right. 84 minus 56? 28. Okay. So if these differences were the same, Algebra 1, they were all the same, right? It was linear. Okay. Since all the first differences are not the same, we know it's not linear. Okay. But we can take the difference between these numbers, okay, and see if those are the same. Okay. So I'm going to still do the same thing. 6 minus 3? 3. 10 minus 6? 4. 15 minus 10? 5. 21 minus 15? 6. 28 minus 21? 7. Okay, if all these were the same, it would be quadratic. It would be to the second power. It's a quadratic function. Okay, that's what we've done already this year. We did it earlier this year. Okay, since they're not the same, we're going to go on to the third differences and see if those are the same. Are they going to be the same? Yeah, you can tell by looking. They're not always so obvious, but this is pretty obvious, right? The third differences are the same. Okay, so I'm going to make myself a little note. Same third differences equals cubic. Okay, that's the degree. When the third differences are the same, it's cubic. On the blue paper, it asks you two things. It asks what's the degree. That would be cubic or quadratic on this paper. Right? And they ask you for the equation. Okay, the way that we can find the equation is use stat calc. 6 is for cubic. You'll see it when we get in there. Stat calc 6 to find the equation. Okay, again, write this down because if you just write the equation down, you're going to be like, how did I get that? But if you write down how you got it, then your notes are useful. Okay, so I would clear your RAM. Second plus 712, because this is one thing people always screw up in the calculator. Not trying to be rude. But, Second is quadratic, yes. And third, to the third power is cubic. Okay, so we're going to go to stat. Okay, stat is right here if you don't remember. Okay, stat edit is the first choice. And then we're going to put in the table. L1 is the x's. Okay, the calculator will give us the equation. We have to use stat to do it. Hopefully you remember this is a little refresher. Okay, once you get the table entered in, please do it as well, okay, because you don't know what questions you're going to have until you do it in the calculator. You don't know what you're going to screw up on until you do it in the calculator. Okay, watching me, I'm not going to screw up because I've been doing this my whole life basically, okay? So you need to do it so that if you are going to screw it up, you can ask the question right now, okay? Then you'll know how to fix it. Okay, so then once you get it entered in, we click stat again. We go to calc, okay, and you see 6 is cubic, Okay, if it's quadratic, we use 5. If it's linear, we use 4. But 6, we already said this one's cubic because we just figured out the third differences were the same. So we use 6 and calculate. Enter. Okay, now these are the numbers. I'm going to give us a little hint because I know the answer. Okay, 0.166666. Anybody know what fraction that is?
0.14.
What?
0.16666666. All right, it's 1/6. So 1/6x cubed plus what's 0.5? A half, right? 1/2 x squared. What's 0.33333333? 1/3 x, and then it says d is 0. Okay, so that's the equation for this table. Okay, the calculator just told us.
Oh, it's easy.
It is easy. Well, especially we've been using calc. I mean, I've been using stat since I taught algebra 1. So hopefully you already known it since then. Okay.
How do you for algebra 1?